Over the past few years, Roku has expanded its product lineup to include an array of relatively high-performance yet low-cost streaming devices, from the entry-level Roku Express all the way up to the high-end Roku Ultra. But Roku hasn't exactly done a great job of differentiating its different models and helping customers figure out which Roku streaming device is right for their needs. So we decided to do that for them. We got our hands on many of Roku's models, including the Roku Express, Premiere, Roku Streaming Stick Plus, and the Roku Ultra. Here's an in-depth look at Roku's different streaming devices and which one is right for your needs. The Roku Express is Roku's entry-level model, and it's easy to see why. The device only supports 1080p video and does not support HDR. It doesn't have the features that some of the more advanced Roku devices offer either, like voice control. The device is made up of two parts, a remote and a hub, which sits alongside your TV. The hub needs to be placed in line of sight of your remote, as the remote uses infrared to communicate with the device, but thankfully it's relatively small and shouldn't look too out of place on a TV stand or entertainment center. Apart from that, the device is relatively basic. As you would expect, it runs the full Roku operating system, so you can install all your favorite streaming apps on it, but don't expect to be able to use it for any real gaming. So who is the Roku Express for? Well, it's really for those who want smart TV features at the lowest price point possible. If you don't have a 4K TV and don't plan on getting one anytime soon, then the Roku Express is probably more than good enough for you. If, however, you want a device that you can continue to use when you do upgrade to a 4K TV, we recommend one of the other models, like, for example, the Roku Premiere. The Roku Premiere is only $10 more expensive than the Roku Express, but we think it's easily worth the extra cash. The device supports 4K and HDR10 on any TV with a HDMI input that supports HDCP 2.2, which is most 4K TVs. It also supports Dolby Atmos, making for a much better audio experience. The Roku Premiere itself looks pretty much identical to the Express. The base module is indistinguishable just by looking at it, and the remotes are more or less the same too, save for one different quick access key. Still, looks can be deceiving. The Premiere may look like the Express, but it's still definitely worth shelling out the cash for. There's also the Roku Premiere Plus, which is around $10 more than the standard Premiere, and comes with Roku's voice remote, so if you like voice controls, it may be worth spending the extra money for the more advanced remote. Next up is the Roku Streaming Stick, which in some ways is actually a step down compared to the Roku Premiere. The Streaming Stick only supports 1080p video, but it does come with Roku's more advanced voice remote, which is handy for some people. The design of the Streaming Stick is different from either Premiere device. As the name suggests, the Streaming Stick is more of a thumb drive type design, and it plugs directly into your TV's HDMI port. The remote communicates with the Streaming Stick wirelessly instead of infrared, which is a nice touch. Honestly, unless you have a 1080p TV and really like voice controls, we recommend sticking with the Roku Premiere Plus, which is the same price as the Streaming Stick at $49.99. That, or upgrade to the Streaming Stick Plus, which at the time of making this video was actually the same price as the standard Streaming Stick and adds support for 4K and HDR10. The Streaming Stick Plus is probably the way to go if you have $50 to spend on a streaming device, thanks to its wireless remote, voice controls, and cleaner design. While the Roku Streaming Stick Plus probably offers the best value of all Roku's devices, the Roku Ultra is our favorite. Why? At $100, it's still cheaper than devices from the likes of Apple or Nvidia, plus it offers a host of extra features, though you may or may not use those extra features. The Roku Ultra's design is different from all of Roku's other devices. It's made up of a larger hub, which sits on your TV stand or entertainment center, along with Roku's voice remote. The remote actually goes a step further than any other voice remotes on offer in Roku's product line, thanks to the fact that it includes a headphone jack and an A and B button for basic gaming. It's a nice touch, and while you won't be playing Fortnite on your Roku anytime soon, there are some nice games that could help you waste a few minutes. Perhaps the biggest advantage of the Roku Ultra is that it has an Ethernet port for better internet connectivity. Under the hood, the Ultra supports 4K and HDR10 along with Dolby Atmos, though that's the same as other high-end Roku devices. The Ultra also comes with JBL headphones, though you probably have something better lying around your home. If you have $100 to spend, we like the Roku Ultra, but for most, the Streaming Stick Plus is probably still more than good enough. That said, if you like a built-in Ethernet port and the even better remote, then the Ultra is a solid choice. In conclusion, if you need the cheapest of the cheap, get the Roku Express. If you need the cheapest 4K player, then the Premiere is the way to go. For most, we recommend the Streaming Stick Plus, but the Roku Ultra is a really good upgrade choice. That said, if you have the cash to spend, then the Apple TV 4K is still our absolute favourite streaming device, especially for users in Apple's ecosystem. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Christian. Please subscribe to this channel for more upcoming videos. See ya.